Hi, everyone. This is Michele Graglia.
This is Marianne Hogan.
Hi, I'm Adrian McDonald.
I'm Katie Asmith.
Hi, this is Anthony Gasals.
Hi, my name is Meg Morgan.
Hey, it's Jordan Troth.
This is John Ray.
This is Ryan Van Duzer, and you are listening to the Gotta Run Racing Podcast.
Hey everyone, we're back with another Gotta Run podcast.
Hey there, we have been busy bees. We just had our Rainbow Trail run this past weekend, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's good turnout, and everyone kept looping.
Loop-de-loop.
Yeah.
No, in all seriousness, it was a great year, and we're very thankful to our partners and volunteers and everybody that showed up to run. We hope you guys had a great time. And next up is our Island Lake Classic coming up on Labor Day Monday in Orangeville, 5 and 10K.
Right, if you're not doing anything on Labor Day, come on out.
It's always a good time.
Yep. And who's on the podcast today?
Today we have Ana Barroso. She is 24 from Asturias, Spain. She lives in Cambridge. I believe she went there for her university studies a few years back. She's very new to ultra running. She just completed her first 50K in Andorra, of all places. And I think you came across her on social media because her reels have been pretty funny. She's got a great sense of humor. And some of those reels have over 100,000 hits, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I actually watched the same one over and over again because it's funny.
Yeah, I know the one with Killian's pretty good.
Right.
Anyways, check that one out. We'll post a link to her socials in the show notes. But she's been documenting her journey in the sport so far. Her tagline is an aspiring trail runner who lives in a flat city. Well, we can certainly relate to that, eh, Norm?
Oh, yeah.
She's also an ambassador for the ASICS UK and Ireland frontrunner team. So without further ado,
here's Anna coming up. Hello, Anna. Welcome to the podcast and big congrats on Andorra, your first ultra.
Hello, and thank you so much for inviting me. It's a pleasure.
Can you tell us how or when you started running and when you got into the ultra scene?
Yeah, I started running in 2021 after COVID, I think like the vast majority of people. And then I was taking it on and off. Officially, I started running in 2021. But most seriously, I started running in 2023 in March last year. And the ultra running, it was a bit by coincidence. I just knew I wanted to do an ultra race at some point in my life. And then last year, I saw the Andorra race and it was the perfect one. It seemed like the perfect one for the distance, 50K. It was an ultra. Officially, it was an ultra, but it's a small ultra. So it was not big deal. Well, it's a big deal, but not that big deal as if it was 100K or 160K or something like that. So it was somewhat realistic that I knew I would be able to train for that. And it was nearish my home country, which is Spain. Mm-hmm. It was just a short journey by plane or a car ride. So I thought it was a good chance to actually give it a go at this. It was also a country that I've never been before. So why not going on a road trip, discovering new places and getting a race there too.
Awesome. And you actually started with road running, I believe. And yes. I did see on your Instagram that you went from a 2-hour-ish to a PB of 1:29, which is absolutely incredible. How did you manage to take, over half an hour off your time?
I would say it would be the commitment to actually train harder and actually put in the work there and seeing the results. Also, thanks to my boyfriend, he started being my coach a year ago. So being under a plan that I have to follow was really helpful too. And I would say also just having a bit of help in between of also with the nutrition. For that one was actually not my last PB. My last PB, I got it this year.
Oh.
And it was 1:24.
Whoa.
Wow, we're talking business
now. That's amazing.
It was in Cambridge half this year. The vast majority of races I've done the half from my city, which is Gijón in Spain, and then Cambridge half. Cambridge half, I've done it 3 times already. And that's where I went from 2 hours 16 to 1 hour 24 this year. Yeah, I think it would be basically that. And also in this year, I had nutrition, which for the previous ones, I didn't. So I think also the nutrition helped for that and the training.
Wow, that's great. That's a huge.
Big time.
Yeah.
So let's jump into Andorra. When you saw the profile of Andorra, what were you thinking?
3,400 meters, 3 huge climbs.
Yeah.
There's a funny story on this that I thought it was more. So actually it was good news when I saw that it was actually that. When I signed up, I don't know what I read or if I read something incorrectly. Maybe it was the accumulation. I have no idea. But I thought it was 4,500. And then I think it was just 2 or 3 months before the race when I realized it was actually 3,400. Like, oh, then it's not that bad. It was I was thinking, like, that's actually better. It's 1,000 less. So not big deal. But no, it was scary because the maximum elevation I've dealt with was 2,000 in, I think that one was 2023 in half marathon on trail.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wow.
So if I was doing the maths, it's like 21 kilometers, 2,000, 50K, 3,400. Doesn't seem that bad. But no, it was still scary because all at once I didn't know how I was going to deal with it. But I was just trying to pace it and taking it chill. I'm not going to be carried away in the first climb or the second climb, just trying to enjoy the entire process.
Well, we caught on to you through your social media, which is very entertaining. You have a great sense of humor. What were you thinking the morning of the start line? Were you nervous? Did you think this was...
How were you feeling?
Yeah, take us through that.
I was feeling really nervous, but at the same time, not really aware of what was happening. First of all, I was half asleep because I woke up really early just to have breakfast at 5 a.m. And then it was all in a rush too, because we also had to leave the room for the hotel, collect our stuff, put everything in the car, making sure that we had everything was going to plan. And then just driving there was a 20-minute drive. And we arrived there an hour before and it was just chilling. And I was seeing all of the runners coming into the cars in the parking, starting to get ready. It's like, I don't know if I should be doing something because I'm just here chilling. Everyone is like getting ready. But I already had everything. I didn't have to prepare anything. I know I'm going to warm up, but I don't need an hour to warm up. I just need 15 minutes. So the time was going really slow, 1 hour before the race. And I was seeing all the environment and everything. But then it did not hit me until 10 minutes before when I was on the start line waiting with everyone else and the countdown was going. I was like, where am I? And I think that was quite lucky too. It was to my benefit because otherwise I don't know what would have happened. Maybe I would be freaking out just 2 days before or something. And I think it was also just the experience of the time road trip would make everything more enjoyable and more fun and less I'm here to compete or I'm here to do a race. It's just, I'm just here to enjoy.
Take it all in.
Yeah.
Now, at the start line, did you see the very first climb in front of you, which was going to be, I think, the hardest climb? And how did that go? No, okay.
No, well, I saw mountains, but to be honest, I didn't know the track. I didn't do a lot of research. I just saw the profile, but I didn't know that much because I was going there with that plan. I don't want to know because then maybe that's going to make me more skeptical and more scary. It's like, we'll just keep going. We'll just see what happens. And there it goes. The only thing that I knew was when I needed to take my nutrition and the hydration and everything. But apart from that, that was it. And my boyfriend was also coming to the aid stations, but I didn't know which ones. Like,
okay. Yeah.
So how was the first climb?
The first climb was actually not too bad because I was taking it really chill. I was pacing myself. I didn't want to go too hard. And that one for me was the less hard or the easiest one because I had both poles. From the second one, I broke one of my poles. So from then on, I just was running with one and going uphill with one, which I don't recommend.
Oh my gosh. So we need to find you a sponsor for poles because you can give their example that for sure 2 poles is better than one. If you conquered the race with only 1 pole and the rest of the climbing, oh my goodness, that's unfortunate. Yeah.
This being your longest race, did you ever have any low moments during the race saying, I don't know if I'm going to get this thing done?
Hey everyone, we've been testing out a product that's new to us on our long runs lately called Caffeine Bullet. And we wanted to share this brand with you guys because it could be a real game changer. I'm training for my very first 24-hour race, and I've never run through the night before, so I'm a bit nervous about it. Product is called Caffeine Bullet. It's out of the UK, and it was created by David Hillard, host of the award-winning Bad Boy Running podcast.
Isn't he the announcer for Golden Trail Series?
He sure is.
Oh.
All right, so they have a few different levels of caffeine chews. I'm just going to highlight a few for you today. They have the chocolate orange, which is 85 milligrams of caffeine, which is about the same as a cup of coffee. They have the mint tense energy chew, 100 milligrams per chew, which is the same as, let's call it an espresso. Then they also have one that I'm really excited to try. It's the Ginger Roars Vegan Chew. It's about 33 grams, same as about a third of a cup of coffee. But what's interesting is the ginger element, because sometimes you have issues with your stomach. And speaking of that, they're almost an instant energy boost because the caffeine is chewed in your mouth and it's absorbed quicker because it actually bypasses your stomach and it kicks in 3 times faster than gels.
Wow.
I know, right?
Sign me up.
Right? So it gives you that boost of energy exactly when you need it. They're also individually wrapped, which is great because you can store them in your vest or in your pocket and access them quickly when you need it. You can order them online. They ship from North American warehouses. And if you use our link, our Gotta Run podcast listeners will get 20% off.
Whoa.
Pretty good, right?
I like it.
We've posted the links in the show notes for your convenience. And hey, if you've tried them, let us know. We'd love to hear from you.
All right, check it out.
I would say in the moment the pole broke on that climb and on the third one, because the first 2 climbs I was not able to see anything. It was just going through a forest. But on the third one, it was all exposed. It was a valley, so you were able to see the mountain that was coming up. And I was able to see the runners at the top of the mountain. It's like, how I'm going to get there? Just one pole, no energy. But actually, that was the easiest one, the third one. I guess it was for the view, so I don't know. I was just climbing, but at least I was knowing how far I was advancing compared with the other ones because I had no idea. But yeah.
8 hours and 25 minutes, and you were 7th female overall, which is amazing for your first attempt. And obviously, I assume this was the longest you'd ever run before, too.
Yes. Before that, it was just 4 hours on a race that I had a month before that.
Right.
To kind of prepare myself. And that one was just 30K.
Wow.
And what were you thinking when you've reached the point where this is the longest time I've been on my feet now?
Actually, from 4 hours or 4 hours something, I don't remember the time I did the previous one. Every minute when I was watching, I was like, wow, this is the farthest, this is. And it was just going up. And in a way, it was exciting because I didn't know I was going to be able to do this. I was going to be capable of doing this. Just really thankful for my body to be able to deal with this and keep going against everything.
And how did you manage to train in flat Cambridge, knowing you were going to this mountain range? What was the key to your training that allowed you to climb those mountains the way that you did so efficiently?
I would say in the months before the base training that I did here in Cambridge. But to be fair, it's because from October 2023 until the race was this year in June 2024, I've been traveling to Spain basically every month to do races. And that was basically my training on elevation, doing the races itself.
Right.
Because then by the time I had to come back, maybe I was going there for a week. By the time I was having to come back, I didn't have more energy to keep training there because I was smashed from the race. So I was coming back to Cambridge, everything flat. And here I was surviving just with my bike, doing the turbo because I have a smart turbo trainer.
Right.
So I was able there to add the elevation because otherwise I don't know.
Guts. Pure guts.
Yeah.
Guts and glory.
Basically.
Well, big congrats. You finished, like you said, 7th female. Amazing time, 8:25. And what was the feeling when you finally crossed that finish line after 8 hours and change? What were you? Wow, you just finished your first ultra. What was the feeling like?
The feeling, I think I would say it was not the feeling, it was the thought that was going through my mind, which is, when is the next?
Oh, wow.
I just want to do another one longer or something.
Were you thinking that during the race as well?
Yeah.
Oh,
actually, well, when I finished the 3rd climb, before that, I was like, no, I'm not sure if I'm going to finish this one. I don't want to go into another one, not being able to finish this one. But when I finished the 3rd climb, it's like, actually, I thought it was going to be way worse than that. And especially for the recovery after that, I thought it would take me like 2 months out or 1 month out. But after 4 days, I was perfect. And then my next thought is like, now I want to break the 100K barrier. But obviously for that, still a lot of time and a lot of training. That's not going to happen anytime soon. But yeah, I would love to do that.
Amazing. What did you feel about the community in the ultra scene at the event in Andorra? Did you notice any differences between that
and road running
atmosphere and a road running race? Because most people say that they can see the difference, but I'm curious to know for you.
Big difference. Actually, in my race, I was talking to a couple of people, not before, but during the race. But before, everyone was trying to be so helpful too. For example, as it was my first one, it was the first time I was using the GPS device. I didn't know how to turn it on. I thought mine was not working. I was just asking them, like, please, this is my first time. I don't know how to do this. Can you try to do it? Because I don't know if it's working, if it's not, if mine is not. And apparently I just had to wait a few more seconds that I was waiting. I was just being so impatient because mine was not turning on. But everyone was just so friendly, even the volunteers there, the atmosphere. On road running, it was my background, let's say in that way. And it's a completely different one. In there, you're just going, at least in my experience, you're just going to compete and to hit your time. Here, it's more like, let's go on this all together. I don't mind if you're going before me or after. If I can help you, will. Not on just on these events, but also on the previous races that I was having. It's really freaking offering stuff. Like, are you okay if you see someone that is maybe struggling a bit? Are you okay? Do you need some salt pills? Do you need some gels? I can let you give you some of them. And it's something that is road runner. First of all, you're not talking because you're going so fast that you cannot talk on here. You have more times to go a bit, with the breath or the heart thinking that it's going to explode. And yeah, I think everyone is just way friendly. We're more warming. And I remember one conversation that I was having with one guy. I think I was 15K until the finish line. We were chatting just about our experiences and everything. It was not his first ultra. He had experience, but I was talking about my first experience and he was telling like, that's so cool. I love new people coming here, especially young generations, because I think he had like 50 or so. And he had a lot of years of doing ultras and everything. And just having those conversations, they really add value to the overall experience and they completely experience.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's hard to have a conversation in a road race when you're redlining the entire race.
It's true. Another one of your posts that made me smile was you showed a picture of yourself as a little girl and now, and you said that you wished where was trail running all my life, kind of a sentiment, right? And we're in our 50s and we started in our 30s, and we also wish that we had started earlier. But what I want to say is, I think you're starting exactly when you needed to start, because so many people that we talk to who used to run as kids or in high school, university, they got burnt out. They had injuries, life got busy, and then they gave it up and they never came back to it. But when you find it a little bit later in your life, you appreciate it more and you understand the commitment that it takes to continue doing it. And you want to do whatever you can to make that happen. So Don't wish your time away. Appreciate what you have right now.
Yes. And I think especially when it's something that's so committed with this trail running, on the vast majority of cases, you have to drive to get to the places you want. And sometimes they are not short drives. In my case, when I'm back in Spain visiting my family, or when I was last year competing, sometimes it was 20 minutes, but it was not mountain, it was more like foothills. If you want to proper mountains, you'll have to drive an hour and a half, and then an hour and a half coming back. And it's just commitment, having to wake up really early to go there, to be in the best conditions, and just to enjoy it. It's not something that everyone will be looking forward to it.
Yeah.
When you're already working during the entire week, having to wake up even earlier on the weekends because you wanted just to go to training. I think that just proves how much you like this and how much you enjoy, and you probably not be able to do that when you're younger.
No, exactly.
That's right.
Exactly.
Well, like you said, we've been running ultras for over 20 years now. And we do remember our first time finishing, which was a great feeling. So what have you learned about yourself and what you're going to take in the next ultra?
Hey guys! Compression therapy is something most runners are familiar with, whether it be socks, sleeves, or recovery products. Right, Norm?
You got it.
Compression plays a huge role in reducing swelling and inflammation, speeding up muscle recovery, preventing delayed onset muscle soreness, aka DOMS, and relieving muscle pain.
You guys are all runners, you know that.
We are very excited to be partnered with Air Relax Canada. In fact, we'll be offering free demos of their leg compression therapy at both Rainbow Trail Run and Island Lake Classic this year. So if you're signed up for either race, make sure you swing by the tent to try out their system. We'll have the 3.0 leg recovery system on hand. Not only that, but Air Relax is offering our listeners a 10% discount if you order using our link and coupon code, which will be posted in the show notes.
Check it out.
I think just believing on myself more and thinking that I can actually do it. Because I was coming here thinking I would not be able to do it for all the problems I had in the past. But I think it's just a mental barrier that sometimes obviously you need to train. I'm not saying that you don't need to train or anything. Obviously you need to put the time there, but sometimes it's more what you think you're capable of is what marks the difference of, are you able to achieve that or not? Just thinking you are not.
Right.
Because on this, I was thinking I was not going to be able to finish, and I was this close to actually not going into the trip. Just a week before, I was thinking like, should I do it? No, yes. Everything, we already had paid everything months before. So it's like, even if it's just for the last, and even if it's just for the road trip, let's just give it a go. And that was the plan, just give it a go. And I think that's an attitude that I should take more often, because it was at a point also in my season that I was a bit burnt out from competing that often, because I was having races, sometimes even in March, 3 races. I did 3 weekends all straight. That for some people, that's completely normal. But for me, that was too much.
Right.
So just having that space and thinking like, okay, this is going to be the last one, and this is going to be the end of my season. I want to end it all at the top and with the best experience ever. I think that was the difference. That thinking like, I'll just go there, no expectations. If it goes well, that's going to be the best news ever. If it goes bad, not big deal. I already had really good experiences in the past, and this is going to be something to learn about anyway.
For sure.
So, I think for the following ones, being less scared about what I'm capable of.
Absolutely.
So now that you are an ultra runner, and there's so many iconic ultra races out there, which I'm sure you know of, what is on your bucket list, and perhaps something in Canada?
Actually, my boyfriend's parents are from Canada.
Really?
Yeah, they are from Alberta.
Okay.
Oh, what's their names? We may know them.
He's kidding. He's kidding.
From, I think it's called Calgary. Right?
Yes.
That's right.
Many beautiful mountains there.
Yeah, and our plan is to go there at some point, because obviously he has his roots there and he would like to go back. But to be honest, for me now, maybe it's a bit cliche, but obviously the UTMB, Chamonix, it's there. And then I've seen a few races that they seem really appealing in Italy, like the Dolomites.
Oh, yes.
Those would be my next ones, I think.
Yeah.
That I would like. Or at least at some point. Maybe not my next ones, but at some point, I need to take it up.
Yes.
So you're working on your UTMB points then?
I'm not too focused on that. I'm just thinking about, because to be honest, I'm not sure how it really works, as this one was my first UTMB race, I think. I think I had in the past for some races that, to be honest, I didn't even know they were counting. But I've heard that you need to do points to be able to get a spot into those races. So I will need to do a bit more research for that.
Well, it's good that you're starting young, because you probably won't get to UTMB for about 4 or 5 years from now. So,
I have time to train.
Yeah,
and I
You have
time.
time.
And when I go there, I go prepare.
That's right. And actually, we're so old school. They're actually called stones now.
Yeah.
We used to call them points, but now they're called stones.
Oh, didn't know that.
Yeah. It's kind of complicated, but you'll figure it out.
just keep running.
Oh, okay.
Just keep running. Just keep running.
Yeah, that's important thing.
Well, let's give a shout out to your sponsor. You're partnered with ASICS, Team UK Ireland. Tell us about that. How did that come about?
I started with them in March this year.
Mhm.
And I'm a front runner for the UK team. Well, we are combined UK and Ireland, and I'm a front runner there. And that came because they did an announcement that every year they're looking for new people. I just applied to that, and they liked my application, and then I was one of the 9 people that got selected this year.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And it's been really good. To be honest, that was one of the reasons why I was a bit more confident to do this ultra race, because we had a meeting. We have 2 meetings per year, and we had one in Wales recently, and everyone there was so encouraging, because there's people there that they've run 160-kilometer race. There's also people that they are running, I think there was one that was 200 miles or something like that. Crazy distances.
You'll get there.
Just thinking, well, I'm not sure. I want to go that far away. But so many crazy distances that they were just, if I'm able to do that, how are you going to be able to do that? I can see how you're training. I can see what you're capable of. And I know you now in person. We used to know each other just virtually. So just putting a face in people, it was really nice. And from that meeting, I got really, really good encouragement from people who are experienced on these ultras and also on trail. Because at the end of the day, I'm quite newish to this. I've only been doing this for a year and a half now. And it was thanks to them why I decided to have a bit more encouragement to do it. Because otherwise, I was just not saying, I was just being so negative about, like, I don't see myself doing it. I don't know what I'm getting myself into.
Right.
And they were like, no, just go to do it. And the most important thing, just enjoy.
Yes.
It doesn't matter the time. It doesn't matter what you're doing. Just enjoy what you're doing and give it a go.
Absolutely. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. It's the journey to the finish line. And that starts the day you get out the door with your running shoes and start training. It's
the day you decide to say, yep.
Sign up. And
Sign me up. Now, all your social media content, do you edit them yourselves?
Yeah, I do.
Wow, that's good stuff.
Well, and I do.
Well, we encourage our listeners to look at your Insta channels, because some of them get over 100,000 hits on your...
Yeah, there was a couple of them that I don't know what happened. One day I woke up and I was like, what's going on? But yeah, I edit all of them, taking advantage of my film degree, edited that. But yeah, I really enjoy the process, and I say I even enjoy more editing than filming. I think filming is a tricky part, especially when you're on your own. It's a bit weird, just filming stuff like that. So whenever I have the opportunity that someone is filming, it's like, let's try to create something here, because I know it can be really inspiring for people to get to go on. And I've received messages of people also saying, like, this is exactly what I was looking for. This is the video that I was looking to get inspired to now to start trail. Or I left trail a few years ago and now I want to go back. And even now my boyfriend, he was 100% road person and now he switched to trail.
Wow. He came to the dark side.
Yes. And he doesn't want to go back.
Wow.
Okay.
That's great. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we wish you all the best in your ultra running career, and hopefully one day we can join you at a start line somewhere in the world.
Yeah, I would love that. I would love that.
Well, we love to race in Europe, so we'll definitely keep in touch with you.
Oh, yes.
For sure.
Because that would be really cool.
Before we actually let you go, we do a rapid fire questions at the end of our podcast just for fun.
Yeah.
Okay. So are you ready?
Yes.
All
I'm
right.
ready.
All right. Do you have any tattoos?
No.
No tattoos. Would you get one?
I was thinking in the past, but I'm scared to needles.
Oh, okay.
So, it's something I have on my mind, but just for the process, it's not the final result. It's a process, what I don't like.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to earn them, right? What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Oh, that one is dark chocolate with sea salt.
Ooh.
But just from a shop here in Cambridge that is called Jack's Gelato. And that one, coconut hue.
Coconut.
Which is not very common.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. Okay, you're running on the trail and you stub your toe on a rock. What Spanish curse word do you use?
If I'm being honest, I don't curse. I'm like a little kid. I don't curse. Not even in Spanish or not anything. Because I don't know, since I was a little kid, it just felt like it was not going with me. And I've never done it. But I would say the first one that would come to my mind, it would be like, joder. Which is like, fuck.
Oh, wow.
I like it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I can say it like that, but when that moment happens, it's something internally on me that I don't curse. I don't curse.
Right.
It's like, oh. I'm like a little kid in that mentality.
Aw, that's so sweet. What's another sport you'd like to excel in?
Climbing.
Ah.
Yep.
Like rock climbing?
Yeah, I did that once in my life. I was doing bouldering for a year on and off. Mm-hmm. But then here in Cambridge, we have 2 places, but they're a bit expensive. So I don't go that often as I would like, and I kind of stopped. But definitely climbing. I would love to dedicate more time there.
Yeah, very nice. Would you rather be a professional writer, painter, or musician?
Painter.
Painter?
Yeah. I actually did the equivalent to the, well, I don't know how it's called there. Here in the UK, there are A levels. The final years before you go to university, I did the arts model. So definitely painter. Okay. Although I like music a lot too. I play the guitar and the ukulele. So.
Oh, nice.
But painter.
Would it be landscape or portrait?
Oh, good one. I would probably say landscape.
Very nice.
We are obsessed with the UK show Landscape Artist of the Year or Portrait Artist of the Year. I don't know if it's on anymore, but it's UK based and we are obsessed with it.
Oh, wow. I've never heard about that one.
Yeah, you have to look it up.
They compete. These professional and amateur artists compete against each other, and the winner keeps going on to the finals.
Oh, that sounds so cool.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
It is fascinating.
All right, Norm, last question.
Last question. Pick a superpower that you'd like to have.
I would say time traveling.
Yeah. Oh, yes, absolutely.
That's his favorite answer.
I don't get that one often, but it is super. It's either flying or teleportating or whatever. But that's the good one. That's the good one.
Yeah. But I wouldn't say to the past, real past. I would say time traveling inside my life to see all my stages of my life.
Yeah.
I have been able to go to the future. Well, maybe not the future. I don't want to know, but going back to my childhood or more my adolescence. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Good one.
Very good.
All right.
All right, Anna. Thank you so much. This has been awesome.
Thank you.
Bye.
keep putting those contents out there. Those
Yeah,
videos.
your social's awesome.
Yeah.
Really.
Very good.
Thank you so much.
Great. It's great. All right. Take care.
You too.
Bye.
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 That was Anna Barroso of Cambridge, UK, chatting about her very first ultra.
In Andorra, of all places. You'd think that you would try to maybe do something flattish, but hey, go big, go home.
That's right.
And one day we'll get there.
We sure will. It's another one that we've added to our bucket list. Places to visit in this giant world of ours.
And to be 24 again. Do you remember when you were 24 there, Jody?
Oh man, it's before I met you, so no, I've blacked all that out.
But you were a big time runner then, right?
Not only was I not a runner, Norm, I was the most unathletic person in my friend group.
Wow.
Yes, how times have changed.
Yes.
Thanks to you.
Oh, wow. No, you did. You did it. You didn't have to do it.
That's true, but
So,
I kind of wish I had started at that age. But in other ways, as I was saying to Anna, you start at the time that you need to start.
yes.
So
Whatever makes sense to you.
That's
but hey,
right.
just start.
start. And everybody has their own why.
Yep.
And wow. As she said, she went into it with very little mental strength, but I think that's what she gained more than anything. The fact that
Yes.
she really doubted her body that she could get through it, but she did with flying colors. And wow, what's next?
Yeah. Well, she has a whole list ready to go, I'm sure. She talked about Italy and UTMB France. But yeah, we wish her well, and we'd like to see more of her content. Pretty funny stuff.
It is. She's doing a great job.
And her being an editor herself, and she knows what she's doing.
Yeah, check her out on Insta and TikTok too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Insta's the big one. That's where the most hits that I've seen.
Very good. Until next time.
Until next time.
Cheers.
Bye.